It's holiday time, folks, and with that comes colder winds, deals on video games, and seasonal depression. Except I live in Florida, so I just have normal year-round depression. But having some cold weather and good video game deals makes me just a little bit happier. So I thought I'd share that joy and share some indie games that I thought you might like. Or maybe you don't, I don't know. I thought they were cool at least. Speaking of depression, It Comes in Waves is a small little indie game with a big ass map that focuses on the feeling of depression and isolation. You spawn into a village, and when you talk to anyone, they all tell you you either suck or you need to get away from them. Which I guess worked on me because I left immediately. You go into your Star Wars speeder thing, which takes you to a desert. You see some signs that tell you how to play the game, and from there on, you're on your own. Alone. By yourself. In a desert. And you might be wondering, what the hell am I doing here? Well, let me tell you. While you're wandering the desert, you will need to scavenge for items to survive long enough for the specimen that you have carrying on your back to fully grow. And by scavenging for items, I really just mean water, specimen enhancers, and pistols. You'll find pistols around the map that will help you in killing anybody you see. And I mean anybody. I don't care if you see them running away from somebody else. Don't help them. Kill them. In fact, kill all of them. They drop water, and trust me, you're going to need it with how much water your character is drinking at all times. Because if you run out of water at any point and die, you're going to need to start the entire process all over again. Now, you can help reduce the amount of water you drink with the water efficiency improvements scattered around the map. Just grabbing one won't do much, but after grabbing a few, you'll start to notice the difference. Now, you might be wondering as well, Nick, what's the specimen on my back? Well, I'm not gonna spoil it. You gotta play the game to figure that one out. While walking around, you'll start to really feel alone. And obviously, right? You're literally alone. And the lack of music or NPCs really sells that feeling. And it's all purposely done. The game's description literally says it's about confronting guilt and grief. So when you look at it through those lenses, I feel like it makes some of the unsavory aspects like the lack of actual scavenging or basic shooting mechanics feel less like a problem and more intentional. And when you fail and lose everything, that is a part of grief. You feel like you're in this huge empty field of nothingness with occasional landmarks, almost like memories you can vaguely remember. You feel like your life force is constantly being drained away by the world around you. But if you manage to survive through the hellish grief, you might just find peace. It Comes in Waves is $2.99 on Steam and goes on sale for 99 cents. If you like experimental art pieces, then I think you might want to give this game a try. I got it on sale myself, and I feel like my money was well spent. Balls. You like balls. I like balls. Pause. But don't pause on the game. Let's play it. You see, this game is fucking amazing. Game starts. You have a kingdom. Boom. Now you don't. There's a big hole where the kingdom was. Call it a pit. Bring your balls into the pit. Call it ball pit. Enemies spawn in. They crawl down the screen. Throw balls at them. But not just normal balls. Special balls too. Special balls that do special things like bleed the enemies or strike lightning on them. Kill those enemies. Get experience points. Level up. Get stronger. Get new items. Keep throwing balls. Level up again. Fuse special balls together. Now you have one ball that does two things. Whoa. Kill more enemies. Level up. More balls. More items. Items that help you do specific things, like do more AoE damage or more damage from the sides. Evolve certain pairs of balls to create better, stronger balls. Whoa. Reach the end. Unlock even more items and balls for you to play with. This encourages you to keep playing. So you do. Come back up the pit. Make a farm to gather resources to make buildings. Throw your characters at your base to build them. Your characters are now balls. Some buildings give you buffs, some buildings give you new characters. More characters equals more ways to play. New characters have different abilities. Pick the one you like. Go back into the pit. Beat more enemies. Beat more bosses. Go back to your farm. Expand. Build more buildings. Get more characters. Upgrade buildings to make your character stronger. Go back into the pit. Rinse and repeat. Sounds repetitive, but I promise you, it's not. And with the music being so groovy, it helps with the repetition. It's a great game to play when you have a lot of time or only some time to kill. Have an hour to kill? Play with balls. Have 20 minutes to kill? Play with balls. Your laundry is done drying and you need to put it away before it's all wrinkled and your wife yells at you because it was your responsibility to do so? Oh. Play with your balls instead. Pause. Ball Pit is $14.99 full price and has not gone on sale just yet as of this recording. You can also play it on Xbox Game Pass before it leaves one day. When is that day? I don't know. I'm not Mr. Xbox. The pit is calling. Will you answer the call? Hey, you remember Zero from Mega Man X? He had this cool saber sword and would use it to cut through enemies and it was badass. Well, imagine that, but take away the sword, change the art style, sprinkle in a little bit of the NES Ninja Gaiden, and forget about Mega Man because this is Gravity Circuit. In Gravity Circuit, you play as Kai, who is called into action to defeat the Virus Army, an army led by a mysterious villain and 8 of their best henchmen, which you must defeat. The mission loop of Gravity Rush is as follows. You go to your commander, you pick which boss you want to take on, go through their respective level, fight the boss, rinse and repeat. Now where have I seen this before? As I previously mentioned, you play as Kai, who has the power of the Gravity Circuit, which allows him to beat the fuck out of his enemies. In this high-paced 2D platformer, you ditch any and all weapons for the ability of Fist. Throughout the game, you will unlock special abilities that you can use to increase your damage output other than just your normal attacks, like a shoulder dash, or a downward beam, a Kamehameha, or my favorite, grabbing that bitch, doing a spin in the air, and crushing them into the ground! I know there's a real term for that move, but I prefer saying all that instead. It's a lot more fun. There are a lot more special moves that I didn't mention, all with their own benefits, and allows for players to really find their own playstyle here. Which helps a lot since Gravity Circuit likes to encourage players to speed through the levels as fast as possible for bonus ranks. So having moves that flow better for you will not only allow you to defeat enemies faster, but also just be faster in general. And even though you are encouraged to fly through the levels, I want to take a moment to talk about them because the level design here is so well done. Each level has its own gimmicks tied to them, which makes every level not only play differently, but also lets each one stand out without relying on just visuals. Which, let me just say, the visuals are amazing. I love the art style of this game, from the characters, the enemies, and the world design. Everything is roboticized, and if you know me, then you know that that is a cheat code to opening the door to my heart. I love mecha anime and characters, I can't help it. And I love everything about the look of this game. Bosses are fun to fight with their own gimmicks taken from the levels they're corresponded to. The story and characters are fun, and the music is fantastic. This is a great game that I think more people need to play and talk about. It's a short game with some objectives to chase for a 100%, like finding all the civilians in a level or doing the boss rush. Also, the last few levels were absolutely amazing. I love when a game challenges the player with everything they've learned throughout it, and Gravity Circuit does that perfectly. One of the final levels even has multiple pathways for you to take, so it makes the level even more replayable. And the final boss was very difficult. I mean, it took me 2 hours to beat it. I'm not very good at this game, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Gravity Circuit goes for $16.99 and has gone on sale for $8.49 in the past. However, I will say it is worth the full price. Please check out Gravity Circuit. It's amazing. Second game on the list with Pit in his name. That's weird. Anyway, Clover Pit is a simple game with a simple setup. You're stuck in a room with only a phone, toilet, and gambling machine for you to waste all your life savings on. So basically heaven. You have 3 rounds to reach your quota, and with every successful set, your quota increases until you reach the amount needed to grab a key to unlock a drawer. I know that sounds like a lot, but just stay with me, alright? There are 4 keys that you want to get, with the 5th one possibly unlocking the door, keeping you in this room and beating the game. Now, why did I give you the entire setup and story of this game in one paragraph? Well, a part of it is because I wrote this at 2 in the morning, and the other part is because Clover Pit isn't really about the destination. It's about the journey. And that journey is gambling, baby! Let it ride!
Let's go gambling.
Let it ride! Woo! Baby! 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 Now, you don't just gamble, though I know some people wish that was the case. As you play, you'll be able to buy items with tickets that you get from gambling. If you want to go for more spins to earn more money, well then you're going to earn less tickets. But if you go for less spins, potentially getting less money, you'll get more tickets in order to buy items from the item shop. It's a simple system, but it makes a world of difference. You're constantly in a loop of, is it worth the gamble of getting the quota money right now and potentially losing later because I don't have good items? Or is it better to get a good item now and potentially not reach the quota this set? Not only are you gambling with every spin, but you're also gambling with every micro decision as well. Now, the items you can buy can be very useful and very specific.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Now, you can make some of the specific items work in your favor in the long run, if you're willing to take that chance, since you have no idea if you're going to find or even be able to afford any items that resonate with your original specific item. And that, my friend, is what we like to call a gamble. And I love gambling. Let it ride, baby! Now, when I sit back and look at the entire game, I start to ask myself questions like, what is this game trying to say? Is Clover Pit actually a game about how people nowadays feel like they're boxed into their homes because of how expensive everything is now? And with how popular and normalized gambling has become, from sports betting, political betting, and even betting on how long the government was going to be shut down, the only way they feel like they're ever going to pay off their ever-growing debts is to gamble on one of these things, if not all of them, in the hopes that they can maybe someday feel the weight of all their financial burdens be lifted off their shoulders for at least a moment before they possibly fail and fall into a seemingly never-ending pit of agony? I don't know, I'm just a YouTuber. Let it ride, baby! Woo! Yeah! Let it ride, let it ride! Yes, 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 yes! One more spin, baby, and one more spin! Let it go! One more time, one more time! Oh. By the way, Clover Pit is $9.99 on Steam and is on Game Pass, so if you want to play it there, you can play it there. Okay, goodbye. Well, that's all the time I have, folks. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope I was able to show you some games that you had never heard of before. And if you had heard of them, sorry, my bad. I think all these games are really fun and more people should be playing them and talking about them. If nothing else, I hope I was able to make you laugh at least once. If I did, hey, click like, that'd be really cool of you. And if you want to see more videos from me, click that subscribe button. 2026 is coming up and I'm really excited for this year. So stay tuned, it's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Here's a video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like, and here's a video that I think is pretty cool. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye!